If there's one thing we know about the vicious film industry, it's that Hollywood will stop at almost nothing to keep you watching. But when does a movie studio go too far? With so much on the line, the studio A24 was willing to risk it all. In the promotional marketing campaign for the film Ex Machina, A24 challenged privacy laws and public controversy to deliver one of the most impactful and ambitious marketing campaigns of all time. Here's how the studio behind Ex Machina sabotaged a dating app and eroded public trust while making millions. But this story starts with one of the titans of online industry, Tinder. We all know that dating apps might be the worst thing created by man. Apps like Tinder have to be the fast food of human interaction. Imagine trying to learn someone's life story through just 6 images. And you don't know if you've just met a serial killer or a used car salesman. So when you get catfished on a dating app, it's basically a rite of passage. On these sites, identity fraud is like a second language. If you're a woman on these apps, you're basically fighting an army of horny trolls. You really have to say a prayer and hope that some of these dudes didn't crawl out of a sewer. But if you're just an average dude on these sites and you're under 5'10", you're kinda screwed. No one wants to even touch you with a 10-foot stick. If you're actually surviving on a dating app, then you are probably our strongest soldier. The bar is deep underground. If you're looking for real human connection, you're more likely to encounter a bot than a person that actually cares. Realistically, you're not gonna find love because the bar is in hell. Unfortunately, it is not a rare occurrence to be catfished by someone selling adult content. These horror stories are a word of caution to anyone who is brave enough to traverse through dating apps. So what does any of this have to do with Ex Machina? Well, we all know someone who's trying to find love on a dating app but doesn't know if they're talking to a robot or a real human. But what if, instead of getting catfished by just any robot, you were getting catfished by the character of a movie? Because the movie studio A24 would stop at nothing to push their film to an unsuspecting audience. And it seemed as though there was no boundary they wouldn't cross. Impersonating someone else or creating a bot is definitely against Tinder's terms of services. Because stranger danger is already scary enough. However, that wouldn't stop A24 from committing some light identity fraud. After all, they've probably already given you nightmares with their horror movies, so why stop now? A24 was well aware of the toxicity of dating apps, but in a move of pure marketing genius, A24 decided to shock the world, and probably gave some people on dating apps some more trust issues. But in order to understand A24's innovative marketing approach, we first have to know the story of Ex Machina. Ex Machina is a sci-fi film that warns about the dangers of artificial intelligence. Alex Garland's 2014 directorial debut depicts a love story between a human and a robot. This nerdy programmer named Caleb is selected by a pretentious billionaire to conduct AI experiments on an advanced humanoid robot. Nathan the billionaire is basically discount Bruce Wayne. This film truly explores what it means to be a conscious being. Nathan has Caleb interact with this robot called Ava, and during these cognitive experiments to decide whether Ava is truly human, the cyborg attempts to manipulate Caleb into setting her free. Now, this movie's over a decade old, so don't come at me for spoilers. This film analyzes the complexities of attraction and deconstructs our understanding of intimacy. Eventually, Ava goes completely sicko mode and kills her creator Nathan, and then escapes, trapping Caleb in the prison that she was confined in. Meanwhile, we also learn that the billionaire Nathan was also studying Caleb to see how he would respond to Ava. Nathan even modeled Ava's physical features off of Caleb's search results. This depiction of superficial identity was the perfect setup for an online dating profile. Thematically, Ex Machina makes you question what's real in an online relationship. And while it was interesting to see how a human would interact with a cyborg from a psychological perspective, the filmmakers wanted to conduct an experiment of their own. And that's exactly what they did. If you added Tinder back in 2014, you might have been in for a surprise. A realistic profile for Ava was created in the real world by the marketing department. Ava's profile described her as a 25-year-old who loved to draw. Her bio also describes how she enjoys busy intersections and cities. These are 2 obvious callbacks to the film if you've seen it. When strangers would interact with this AI bot, it would ask them questions. Ava the AI would ask strangers what makes them human, and other cryptic phrases like "you've passed my test." Like the AI in the film, Ava would ask Tinder users why they were attracted to her. After a brief conversation with Ava, the AI would then direct users to a promotional Instagram for the film Ex Machina. This promotional stunt helped make the studio A24 over $38 million. In addition, the film was also critically acclaimed. So next time you open Tinder, just know that love is a lie. The girl you're talking to probably isn't real. So you should learn to love yourself. Follow the madness.